Hello everybody. Welcome back to the channel where we talk about stuff. I'm not sure if you've been here before or if you haven't been paying attention to the news within the cryptocurrency space. Over the course of the last couple of years, we have seen worrying developments coming from the side of regulators within the United States of America, mainly from the SEC, the Securities and Exchange Commission. They have alleged a number of things against different cryptocurrency companies, Ripple, etc., etc. There are at least like over 50 at this point, where they're basically alleging that, or the SEC within the United States believes that the SEC should have complete control over cryptocurrencies in general. However, the latest developments that we have caused a number of people to, I'm not sure if it's become worried or simply begin to question the actual nature of what the SEC is doing. The SEC's lawsuits have begun to pick up since around January this year, where we saw a large number of cryptocurrency companies and cryptocurrency exchanges basically begin to fall under the boot of the SEC, with the SEC claiming that these companies and or cryptocurrency exchanges have been dealing in and or selling and or offering what are known as unregistered securities to people within the United States of America. The idea of an unregistered security, I've mentioned it before, maybe on this channel, not really sure, is actually something completely outdated and a little weird. It is a law from around the 1920s within the United States. I didn't misspeak. Literally the 1920s, that had to do with an orange grove and someone selling something. When you buy something with the expectation of profit, the Securities and Exchange Commission therefore deems said thing as an actual security. We saw a couple of months ago the crypto exchange Kraken. Binance was also like a little bit in trouble. Coinbase and the crypto exchange Gemini, which are the largest crypto exchanges, I want to say around the world, but also within the United States of America, as we are talking about the US SEC. And the SEC began to allege that these cryptocurrency exchanges had done something wrong by offering a number of products to people within the United States. The idea being, or the SEC has alleged that if the cryptocurrency exchange is actually offering a staking as a service thing, is the cryptocurrency exchange then offering an unregistered security, as in you are then buying into something with the expectation of profit. Part of the problem is, if you've paid attention to the cryptocurrency space and or know anything about the levels of decentralization within the space, when you are staking these coins, you actually stake them directly onto the protocol. There is no security offering. It is simply something that the blockchain is offering the user and or holder of said coin. However, the SEC has alleged that if a cryptocurrency exchange is doing this, therefore they are offering staking as a service, and this should be registered with the SEC. Keeping this all in mind, the SEC believes that they should have complete control over the cryptocurrency space, and anything that takes place with a cryptocurrency, any service that is going to be provided should then also be run through them explicitly, unequivocally. You have to tell them what you are doing with said coin and or said product. Part of the major problem is that the SEC has up until now not given any action, still have not given any type of cryptocurrency rules and or regulations. How do we know this? I've mentioned this before on my other channel called The Modern Investor, where I go over daily cryptocurrency news. And me, myself, having gone over daily cryptocurrency news, I know for a fact that there is no actual law coming from the US SEC that says that this is a security, this is not a security, this coin is okay, this coin is not okay. It's simply that the SEC has claimed, the head of the SEC, his name is Gary Gensler, has claimed that the laws are already clear, that they gave the cryptocurrency industry laws, and therefore everyone else just actually simply isn't paying attention to the rules and regulations that were actively given. We know this to be false because every cryptocurrency exchange over the course of the last year and a half has come forward to tell us that they don't have any cryptocurrency rules or regulations. They've been asking diligently for the SEC to actually give them a heads up, a leg up, to tell them exactly what is right and what is wrong within the cryptocurrency space. And it does not seem, even at this point, that the SEC actually cares. So the SEC is actually regulating by enforcement. They're not telling you you are doing something wrong. They tell you when you have done something wrong years down the line. And this is the problem with regulations within the United States of America regarding cryptocurrencies. If I am doing something wrong, tell me immediately. Tell me that there is a problem so that I can go register with you. Why would you tell me 5 years later that I've done something wrong and then therefore get me and the also holders of that coin in a large amount of trouble? What the SEC has actually now done is something that we would deem to be relatively unprecedented. Over the last day or two, they have recently announced that they have opened up lawsuits against the cryptocurrency exchange Binance and the cryptocurrency exchange Coinbase, in that they allege that these cryptocurrency exchanges are offering a large number of cryptocurrencies, which the SEC deems to be securities. Up until this point, relatively, there's maybe been a handful of coins that the SEC has come forward and said, this coin is definitely a security. The one that will pop into the top of your head is going to be the coin known as XRP, as the people from Ripple have a lawsuit against them since the end of 2020, during the last day of the former commissioners of the head of the SEC's day in office, which is also a bit of a red flag for all of us as well, that you would launch a lawsuit on your last day of work against a cryptocurrency company, as opposed to saying that they've been doing something wrong since around 2016, but you tell them on your last day in office. But that's also besides the point. They have listed a number of coins. That is the difference in this one. It's a handful of coins that they are saying these cryptocurrency exchanges are listing and actively allowing people within the United States of America access to. And therefore, now the cryptocurrency exchanges are in trouble. And also the worry has begun that these coins are going to be delisted from the two largest cryptocurrency exchanges that we actually have on the planet. Therefore, meaning if they are the bulk of the volume, the money flowing through these coins, and these coins get delisted, what happens to the trading volume for these coins? For those of you who do not know or are unaware, which coins are currently on the question mark list? They are Binance coin, of course, from Binance. Binance is US dollar. It is Solana, Cardano, Polygon, Cosmos, The Sandbox, Decentraland, Axie Infinity, and Coti, that is COTI. There's also from Coinbase, they also have their own lawsuit that is coming from the SEC. It's Solana, Cardano, Matic, that's Polygon, Sandbox, AXS, Chiliz, CHILIZ, Flow, Internet Computer, Near Protocol, Voyager Token, and Nexo. This is, I think, a very defining moment for the cryptocurrency space. And I say this as far as someone who's been in the cryptocurrency space for a very long time. I think this entire thing is coming to a head, and I try in this instance not to sound too revolutionary, if you will, with my, fist in the air. It's more of the SEC seems to be picking straws at the moment, trying to figure out exactly how much they can get under their control. So here's one of the allegations or things that are currently alleged, or what people believe is actually taking place behind the scenes. It appears that over the course of the last couple of years, as the SEC has filed their lawsuit against the company known as Ripple, from the news that we've received, Ripple seems to be on the cusp of actually winning the lawsuit, simply because of every single time that something has been in the news and the SEC was asked for a document, the SEC has said no. Ripple thus far has proven their claim that their token is not a security, is not an unregistered security, and was not unlawfully given to people within the United States, and or that they were entered into an investment contract, which is one of the things that the SEC usually says, as far as you as a company offer this to people within the United States under the guise of a contract, and therefore people within the United States signed this contract when they ended up buying this coin. It doesn't make a lot of sense. However, I've noticed a huge pattern shift in that the SEC is now actively not going after coins so much anymore, but now going after the cryptocurrency exchanges within the United States. This is why, for those of you who don't know, why there is a Binance US and a Binance Australia and a Binance other countries, because the regulators want there to only be a one specific Binance within their actual country. And this is where we currently are right now, that these allegations are being brought against not Binance, the entire company, but Binance US, the arm that is within the United States of America. A lot of this seems extremely desperate on the part of the SEC, especially as we are getting indications that no one knows for certain. We are getting indications that the lawsuit between the SEC and Ripple might be ending sometime this summer. This is the general time frame that we keep getting. We don't have an actual end date for the entire thing. I thought I'd make a video on it simply because there's so much going on right now. I think there's like a little bit of confusion. We also had news that the SEC is trying to currently freeze the assets of Binance on Binance US, but we don't know exactly how far that can go or if their jurisdiction will actually end up covering it. When I said that I think they were coming to a head for this entire thing, I do think that this is going to be the crescendo for much of the cryptocurrency space when it comes to the actual laws, rules, regulations, allegations as to what is and what is not a security, or what the SEC actually is going to be able to have under their control. I think that Coinbase also just launched a lawsuit against the SEC demanding clarification as to what they've done wrong. The SEC still has, up until this point, not said what they've done wrong, except that they're offering unregistered securities in the crypto exchange. Coinbase has demanded what exactly did we do wrong, so we make sure that we don't actually do it again. I'm expecting that by the end of this avalanche of news that we've been getting over the course of the last couple of days, there is going to be a mandate by a court that says that the SEC has to give proper and clear cryptocurrency regulations. For those of you who also didn't see a couple of weeks ago, Gary Gensler, the current head of the SEC, actually mentioned that he sees no reason to actually give proper cryptocurrency regulation because he doesn't deem it necessary, because he said that he did it years ago, even though every other cryptocurrency exchange does not have this actual information. But this is also the same guy who said a day or two ago that he thinks that the US of A does not even need crypto because they already have a digitized version of, you can find it, have a digitized version of their dollar, and therefore that is sufficient. There's a lot going on. I, of course, will be bringing you all the information that's actually happening. The unprecedented point of this is that they're going after... Now, here's my tinfoil hat on the entire thing. I mentioned a couple of years ago, I'm not sure if it was on this channel or the other channel. This is abundantly clear to me for those of you who were not paying attention. Fidelity and BlackRock, multi-trillion-dollar asset management companies, have announced their foray into the cryptocurrency space. It's not that they are sitting on the sidelines and saying eventually we will join in. They are actively here. They are putting money into the market. And I have assumed for a while that the amount of money that they bring and the amount of force and oomph that they have, and this is my opinion, that there's some type of influencing going on behind the scenes when it comes to rules and regulations. Why, you might ask? I mentioned before the entire pie theory. If you, BlackRock and or Fidelity and or JP Morgan Chase and or New York Stock Exchange and NASDAQ are also trying to get into the cryptocurrency market, and you see that these cryptocurrency exchanges, Binance, Kraken, Coinbase, and Gemini, are the bulk of the market, do you want to share the market with them? Do you want to make sure that as these crypto exchanges are making their billions, that you also as a bank make $500 million? Or would you do anything that you could possibly do to knock the competition out? That's what I find the most interesting out of all of this, is that only after these mega companies and corporations announced that they were getting into the cryptocurrency space, are actively mining Bitcoin, are actively, you can even look up years ago, the heads of the New York Stock Exchange and the NASDAQ both mentioned that they think that Bitcoin has the potential to be a worldwide currency, the one world currency, whatever word currency you want to throw inside there. And now, since then, we've seen a number of companies collapsing and falling who were offering cryptocurrency services and or have left the United States. One of the ideas is that this lawsuit from the SEC may force Binance to close their U.S. arm. Therefore, there is only Binance and no longer a Binance U.S., which is the only thing that people within the United States actually have access to. It feels completely correct that if these companies believe that crypto is going to be around for a very long time, they would be doing anything in their power to make sure that every other company does not receive rules and regulations, that they are forced to leave the United States and or close up shop. And then the big boys who already control all of finance, as they are multi-trillion dollar companies, would be able to move in, as they've all mentioned before that they were thinking of making their own cryptocurrency exchanges. It's just about following the money. It's always the same thing over and over. Yeah, despite the weird news, lightly negative, I do hope that you've all enjoyed. I do hope that you all are having a great day, great morning, great afternoon, great evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I do hope it's absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching, listening, liking, commenting, and or supporting, and I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.